Winner bracket semi-final, North America Division S Season 2 playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Celeb Gaming going up against Perfect Gems in game number 1 of the best of 5 series. And Volskaya Foundry is the map. To the left side, Tiger JK on Liming. We have Vespertine on Sonya, Mokka on Reyna, Leon Black on Johanna, and Hebe is playing Anduin in today's first game. Perfect Gems on the other hand, starting on the right side of the map with Unaverted on Hanzo, Valama on Yrel, CPX on Kalthas, his main hero, Pyroblast incoming, Zagrog on ETC, and Legacy is playing Stukov. Well, off we go. So the first thing to note is that we actually still have Ace in the Hole over here as a level 1 talent choice on Reyna. Now we've been talking a bit how in Europe the talent starts to be replaced by Executioner pretty much completely. There is though the little caveat that we have to point out here that a lot of the Executioner picks that we've seen outside of Battlefield of Eternity have taken place on maps where they are bosses that you can claim. So on this map there's still the Protector around, you have a couple of camps of course too, but there are not bosses as we see them on Alterac Pass, Cursed Hollow, so that definitely influences the choice a little bit. Oh, that was a nice one, and that would have been an amazing kill, but instead, Mokka, one shot was missing and Hanzo would have died, but a beautiful interrupt against the jump over the wall here. Really well done. 1 minute mark has reached. Sonya is already in position for that and immediately jumped in to get the first tower. Also on level 1, the Force Armor. Amene was in the chat the other day and has actually looked at a couple of the Liming talents that were picked, and when he saw Force Armor on one of the Limings, he immediately threw one of his typical Mene fits and said like, horrible talent, and if you know how to position yourself with Liming, then you should never have to pick it. Very strong opinions, as usual, for Mene, but again, the guy is one of the best Limings in the world, or at least was when we still had HTC around. So he would know. Either way, there's the kill. Look at it. Mokka, that little killer over here. Damn. Yeah, not too bad, my friends. First he nearly solo kills Hanzo, now he makes the play and takes down Stukov. Nicely done. Good old Jimmy is just absolutely crushing it. Yeah, we should ask Sylvester Stallone if he needs a new extra for his next movie, because we have a killer over here. They're trying to go for the camp. Already Kalthas with a bit of extra damage. The tower's turrets are on the ground. And who gets the healing beacon? Leon Black nearly taking down ETC. Sonya gets eliminated. So does the Goat. The Space Goat is down. And there's the channel attempt. And Hebe steals it away. Well played. ETC still gets out. But what a skirmish already early on in this game. 3 kills against 1. The lead therefore on the side of Celeb Gaming. And we're off to a good start here. I like it. Spicy. Still on the level 4 now. Triumvirate has still been taken from Liming. Still should see Calamity coming in on level 7 then a bit later. But now that the control point is about to unlock, it's of course time to go straight up on the point and see what exactly, or who exactly, takes the first Protector here. On level 1, Reactive Ballista Spores again. We have the Biotic Armor 2. And it's time to shine as everybody makes it over to the control point. ETC apparently aiming to get the lead for his team. We should still point out that there's a slight experience lead for Celeb Gaming. An early level 7 talent would be quite helpful if they can actually lock that in. And as you can see, thanks to the camp that they just took at the top left, they have even taken a small, like a bigger jump there. But yeah, whenever you get that talent advantage over the first objective, you can immediately force the fight and see where you can go with that. Already, here comes the jump, and here comes the hop, and they gotta be a bit careful around that mid-wave now. But it's 20% already in the lead. Here's the level 7 talent, and let's see if they can actually use that. Calamity is in there for, and we're making the plays immediately. Blessed recovery on Anduin. The red team is still fighting through though, even aggressing into the opponent's team with a quick jump on Yrel, but they are still waiting for their talent. It should come any second now, but they have to give up the spot for a few seconds, and that allows Celeb Gaming to take over control. Sunfire Enchantment on level 7 for CPX, as we usually see from him with his Kalthas build. Crystal Gaming, when they play with Kalthas, has similarly done things like this. Oh, lockdown, and nearly a kill against Johanna thanks to the silence that we currently saw there from Stukov. Nicely done. The Admiral doing his thing again. but the lead is still in the hands of the red team. And now, of course, it's time for those extra turrets. That's the reason why you take the cam for the first time at the 1 minute mark. Or it's one of the reasons. You can take a second one as the objective is active. Everybody's fighting over it. And the kill against Sonya. Counter kill potential against Zagrak. And he is down. Urel was always alone, had to jump out. Turret even dropped. We still have one item in the hands of the blue team. And there's the move. Johanna rushes out with the Iron Skin. Spreads the love a little bit with the living bomb over to Hebi. But Anduin is still fine. And now we have a 5 versus 4 on the map. But Sonya isn't here just yet. What a battle for the first objective. I mean, those teams come out swinging in this winner bracket semi-final. Also, the quick caveat here, in case that people are wondering, I mean, if you watched any of the videos of Europe or North America with the playoffs, then you already know. But for everybody that tunes in a bit late here, keep in mind, Zul is banned. There is a bug currently on his jailers. He does tons of damage with the skeletons, and therefore he's not allowed for the entirety of the tournaments after the recent rework that he received. The fight is still ongoing, and that is overtime reach, but so far they weren't able to lock it in. It's getting a bit spicy for the red team, though. They need to be careful here, especially as the damage keeps spreading. CPX is also working on his level 1 quest, trying to go into the minion wave for another one. Locked down, and the kill. Beautiful setup. Gravity lapse into a lurking arm, and that's the kill they needed. Johanna is down, and Anduin is on the run. Hanzo wants the kill. Hanzo doesn't get the kill. Got close, though. Got really close. Now, they should be able to wait for a bit longer, but of course, Johanna's not the only hero that died. We also saw Jimmy then fall in the mid lane. And now, with level 10 in their hands, it seems like the first protector is finally ending up in the hands of Perfect Gems after all. Here comes the Pyroblast, okay? So, we have that already in. Pyroblast action, we're going to see how much value he gets out of this. But with the level 10 abilities, that also means Arrow, Mosh Pit. Stukov hasn't made a choice yet, but I mean, if it's not the shaft, then it's the slap, as we all know. Slap him around, baby. But these days it's pretty much always shove, to be absolutely frank. So on the other side, there's already the light bomb. We still have the blessed shield. We also have Hyperion for a bit more zone control. And oh, he actually goes for the slap. I like it. Slappity slap lap. Yeah, only Abathur does it better. Okay, there's already a bit of a connect. The objective here is, of course, to take down the opponent's fountain, so that your next objective is going to be a little bit easier to win. The solo laners are still at the bottom of the map right now. Oh, Mokka, careful! Yeah, CPX is immediately moving in and saying, like, ooh, juicy, look at that. There's a target for the Pyroblast. Yeah, but wasn't quite in range for it, but it got close for sure. So, there's another lockdown, a little bit of extra damage, and... the kill! Look at that! Nicely done! Pyro value, baby! Comes in and takes him down. Honestly, I was really expecting that it wouldn't be enough. Oh, the arrow on the other hand. Ooh, arrow cam activated. And this one is just flying free. No connect here. So, we have now 5 kills against 4, and the red team has taken the lead in the game. Beautiful kill, of course, from Kalthas with the Pyroblast, finding a little bit of value here. I mean, again, Phoenix probably would, as always, have been the better choice here, but at least in this case, it really worked out. There was a kill that they wouldn't have otherwise gotten. But of course, zone control later on can become important. But it's all about the items again. So the next objective is going to spawn roughly around the time that the teams are hitting level 13 talent. Should be announced soon, TM. CPX on the other side, locked down and wrecked. 25 stacks on the level 1, but wasn't really enough to help him in this situation. So he's going to bank up a bit more. By the way, I also kind of forgot, they delayed all of this pretty long. So it's going to take a bit longer for the objective at the top to be announced. Normally it happens around the time the first team hits level 13. This time we're going to see it a few seconds later, just because the first protector was delayed by just so much. So there's that. And here we go. The lockdown against... yeah, careful, Mokka. Has to be cautious, especially now that we have good old Kalthas nearly back with the Pyroblast. And here he is again. CPX trying to connect another one. 5 kills against 5. The virulent reaction on the side of Perfect Gems is also available now. So that's already Gucci. 13 versus 13. And in this case, we actually see the debilitating round. Okay. So, no giddy up. which we normally have on level 13. Level 16 might even become a bit of a problem throughout the second objective. Always depending, of course, on if one team is able to lock it in directly, if both teams are really fighting for it towards the entire end, or what's going to happen there. Either way, top side. By now we have also 13 talents for Li Ming, went straight into the Illusionist right there. A little bit more of a range on the teleport now too, which of course gives you more calamity value as well if you want it. Bit of a damage here against Johanna, gotta be careful. Zaga, oh, he actually goes for it. They go for it, and that's a kill, nice! Coordination over here, really solid. This camp, by the way, Hebe takes it, says, okay, this is getting a bit too spicy. Should probably finally move in and claim the camp, or someone else could steal it away. But these snip decisions to just jump in, go for the stun, and follow it up with Kel'Thas are actually working for them pretty well. This is an old school combo, by the way. 2016, early 2017. We've seen a lot of Kel'Thas together with ETC because that power slide into a gravity lapse is a beautiful combo, and you always get damage out of it too. So this is not really a new thing. This is real old school. But Kel'Thas, of course, hasn't really been played as much as he has in the past. He's not really the best mage out there. He sees a bit of play, especially on the North American side. Even Europe picks him occasionally, but he's definitely not a priority pick. I actually think that in the European playoffs, he wasn't picked at all. If he was picked, then it could have been more than one time in the entire tournament. So yeah, he's not really a regular by any means. But there are certain maps where he adds a lot of value. Infernal Shrines would be a good candidate for it. We've seen him, of course, also in Tomb of the Spider Queen. Nice snipe here at the turret at the bottom of the map. Level 16 is now in too, which is also pretty fantastic for them. So, yeah, they got 16 talents at this point. And we see Ignite. A little bit of a Flame Strike setup here with the Pyromaniac now coming in too. When it comes to damage output, by the way, now before the next fight starts, 49,000 damage for Hanzo, 28,000 currently for Li Ming. And, well, let's see. Everybody starts to jump topside now on the red team side. Blue team doesn't have 16 yet, so they're a bit more cautious with all of this. Bottom of the map. Here comes our attack. So they're trying to get a bit of value against structures at least, and I like the choice, but eventually they will have to go to the top and fight over the protector. You can't just simply give it up like this. In this case, the red team is also getting a little bit greedy. I mean, they can, but the fight is raging on. They might have to give this item up, and indeed they do. That also means that we have a quest completed for ETC. 78% against 14 now. Both teams on 16, and that's the moment. Time to shine. Fanaticism is in, and paint them red, and it's time to face the music. Especially Sonya is, of course, now a bit more powerful. Jimmy is starting to come in as well. And they really need to find the right approach here. Mokka is already a bit low, eating a ton of damage from Hanzo. So he needs to be careful. And so far, it's still... Oh, the kill against ETC. Wow, that was a quick one. Okay, ETC kill quickly in. And all of a sudden, this could end up with a protector for the blue team after all. Huh. 6 kills against 6. Insanely close first game. Oh! Oh! Nope. Well, at least they get the kill from Yrel. Yrel jumped in, says like, dude, you can't just like hit the Pyroblast like this. Pyroblast doesn't get the kill, but the Space Goat is there and delivers the final blow. Still a nice combo between the two of them, and that was value, if not anything else. But here comes again the attack against the front line. Jojo's still fine. 4 against 4 now, and boy, are they driven off that point. Whew. Red team is getting spicy here. Damn, son. Nice hit, and there's a second protector for them. So they're actually looking pretty solid for now, and they will take the top fort. I don't think they're going to go for the keep here. Traditionally, they would move now down to the middle of the map and then the bottom of the map to try and take all 3 forts down. But at least this one should be an easy kill. But I gotta admit that they are really doing well in these team fights. After they initially lost ETC, it looked for a moment as if they were not able to hold on to the point. But then that kill against the backline Reyna was actually quite nice. Kel'Thas leads with the Pyroblast, and then you immediately see the Space Goat jumping in too for a kill, so that was nice. At this point, Anduin wasn't really there to do anything for them. But now with the 2 forts eliminated, there's of course a push down to the bottom of the map in order to prepare for objective number 3, aka take down the bot lane fountain of your opponent. In an ideal world, even the fort itself. But they're not even focusing on the fountain right now, but they should really do that. Have another 50% left, so that's fine. Jimmy Yeah, a bit low, really low. Needs to be careful too, because Kalthas is again on 5% on the cooldown. Oh, sorry, 5 seconds on the cooldown. So there's another chance for him, and could actually set that up now. So Jimmy needs to be really cautious. You can already see that CPX is trying to get into a decent position for it, but the Protector is over. Okay, damage comes out. Hanzo is also starting to poke away. And, well, let's see. Top side, that's where we have already another turret taken. On the right side, the same thing is happening too. No invade just here, but the lockdown attempt, Pyroblast, and they get a kill again. The combo Pyroblast Urel is really doing some work. That was a nice arrow too, and it follows with another kill for them. And when a Jojo both eliminated, 10 kills against 6, and they are doing fantastic here. All of a sudden they are taking full control of this map. Previously, we just saw both of the teams struggle to take a solid lead here. Well, it was always even kills, more or less even experience, but by now we have a 2-level lead. We have a level 20. There's a 5 versus 3 on the map, which would now allow them to maybe even put some pressure onto the keep, but if not, then at least take the wall down. So that's going to be nice. And let's see what's going to happen with that. How much damage can they actually push in? They still have quite some time here. Urel is sitting topside too, but they got level 20, so that is going to give them a huge lead, and every single hit point they take off that keep now really matters. There's another hit as CPX is trying to get some extra damage. He has a flamethrower now, of course, that really helps. But they are pretty much 3 for 3 on Pyroblasts. That Pyroblast and Urel jump is doing wonders. More items. That's what they're trying to aim for now. They already hold 1 turret. That's going to be a healing beacon. The turret cams are, of course, not open yet. The third objective hasn't been announced yet either. But with the level 20 talents, they have all that they need. ETC is still holding his 20. Can always go for Deathmosh, of course. Or for the Bolt of the Storm, depending on the situation. And A has actually picked Turbas. So we've seen Turbas too in NA. So maybe that's something that we will see in this series as well. Topside, Tiger JK. Yeah, look at that. Li Ming with that side seat thingy on the pony. Riding in style here. Good old striker Li Ming. And here's the elimination of the keep. Trying to go for the slide. Can't get it. But as long as they get the damage on the keep, they're going to be totally fine. Jojo moves in with the Iron Skin already activated, but they can still easily poke here. Nice ignite damage now also for Mokka. Everybody else has a zone away. Top camp is also pushing, and they are making the way for it. They have catapults in. Here comes the attack against Zagrok, and Pyroblast! MLG plays! Whoop! There we go. The ETC kill on the other side, but they actually got value through the Deathmosh. They couldn't get a kill though. But here comes another hit and the keep is down. Control point is unlocking in another 15. And this is probably outside of this one Crystal Gaming game that we had, I want to say 2 months ago. The game where we had the most Pyroblast value out of all Pyroblast picks. So finally a game where the talent is not totally worthless, as it is in pretty much 90% of the games that we are seeing here. But this is definitely the exception. They're doing fantastic with it. And it's always the same combo. You see them pick a target, Urel starts jumping in, Kalthas throws the Pyroblast out, and then Urel, if need be, finishes the target off and takes it apart. So yeah, that double punch that they're setting up there is actually doing quite well. 50 stacks, by the way, for free PX on his level 1. So that's a pretty significant shield that he has at this point. Yeah, already his hit base mana pool, for example, is at 1,400 right now, as you can see right here. So he's doing fairly well with all of this. Has a ton of mana, has a good shield that he can use as well. It's really gonna help him here. Anaverta is now jumping out too at this point, making sure that he's not getting hit. Pyroblast not going to be back for another 20 seconds. There's level 20 on both sides, so that changes the equation a little bit. Gives the blue team another chance. But of course, if they don't win the fight, then the Protector is going to go for core directly. So that's the thing. Alright, off we go again. There's another hit. Good value. Once more from Ignite. The arrow. Conveyor belt action. And it is full chaos already. Pyroblast! And this time he survives. Hebi survives. Wah, wah. Sad moment here for Kalthas. The streak has been broken, but again, the value throughout the game was pretty solid, and that's a second kill. What a beautiful follow-up and the initial engage from Stukov for the silence. 2 heroes down. They're going to try and make it a triple, and I don't think that they have any problems here to actually deliver on that. The Johanna kill is theirs if they want it, but then again, why would you chase that right now? They could literally either go for the objective or for the core. Both is totally possible with another 40 seconds on the death timer. And it seems like core it is. So, why go for the objective and you can just finish the game? They're already hopping around up at the front. But if they can kill someone, of course, it would even be better. There they go. The save. Nicely done by Anduin. But the fight isn't over by any means. Another attack. There's a lot of splash damage coming from the core on the other hand. So they need to be a little bit careful that they don't overdo it here. There's another 13 seconds until the targets are back. So make your choice, boys. Either go or go. Like, go hard or go home. And apparently it's time to go home, because ETC is already gone. The counter kill against Reyna might make it possible again, but keep in mind that those heroes that previously died are already on their way back, so this might not be over after all. It looked like they could finish it, but far from it. Instead, they're now on the run. Gotta be careful here. Both teams with 4 heroes on the map, but that was a protector that they had locked in, and they decided to go for core, and it backfired. Backfired hard. Okay. Over here, still a bit of poke happening. There's also Pyroblast is back. I am happy to inform everyone. There's another chance, but the blue team is taking over. The blue team has already a lead, 66. This is the big deal. Having that fountain, being able to pre-tap before engaging into the battle itself. And that's what they're doing right now. They should really force the issue, though, if they're planning to fight for it. And that's already what they're starting to do here. Li Ming, not hit. CPX moving away from the Li Ming combo, too. Needs, of course, to be super careful with this. Conveyor belt is in. Good damage. Where's the pyro? Are we going to get it? Hanzo down. And no counter value just yet. Bit of damage against Tiger JK. Not enough. And no drum roll because moved out of range. So, short cooldown for the Pyroblast. Protector is taken. Protector number 3 taken by Celeb Gaming. It won't end the game here in their favor. That much is pretty certain. But they have a chance to maybe even go for a keep. They will definitely get the fort. So they are fighting back into this game. I thought it was over, but there we go. I had no idea you could pyroblast that you could pyroblast the protector. I had no fucking clue. Today I learned. I mean, first of all, because nobody picks pyroblast, and second of all, because why would you pyroblast the protector? But apparently you can. You can pyroblast the shit out of it. Okay. So that's how you get his hit points down, I assume. The keep is gonna fall, and after that, they have to back off. Mid keep, by the way, has by now also been destroyed on the other side, and if you look towards the top, it seems like this one is also not gonna make it, because the catapults, 21 minutes in, are of course absolutely demolishing everything. So if this catapult just makes it close, the keep is gone, and that would mean that all of the keeps on the blue team side are destroyed. They still hold on to the protector for a bit longer, but they're gonna lose it for sure. Blessed Shield misses, and ETC moves out. Top side, that's the end of the keep. Catapult needs 1 shot, 2 shots, and that's that. So they immediately go for the fight. If you are the red team, you shouldn't even fight here, to be honest. I mean, they get the kill, and there's the mosh pit. Nice steal from Anduin. But generally speaking, you don't have to fight if you're the red team right now. You can really just play the safe game and just wait this out. You're going to win the game one way or another, as long as you don't take a stupid battle and lose it. So at this point, you already have catapults moving towards the core. That's a double lock-in. And we are 22 minutes in, so with more catapults coming through the top, that's also a problem. Jojo is down. By now we have 5 versus 3 on the map again, and this should be the end of it, one way or another. I mean, with catapults pushing through every single lane and them having the big lead, this is going to be it. They failed earlier, but now they should have the opportunity here to make it happen. Everybody's starting to jump straight in for it, and yeah, that's going to be game. Another Pyroblast, short distance kill, and we have not only Li Ming falling, but also Sonya getting eliminated here. Nicely done, 100,000 damage on Hanzo, 92,000 for Kelthas, and perfect gems, ladies and gentlemen, with a victory in game number 1 of the best of 5 series here in Division S North America. The winner bracket semi-final of the Season 2 playoffs. Game number 2, Cursed Hollow and Perfect Gems are in the lead. Second game in the best of 5 series. On the left side, Vespertine on Urel, Tiger JK on Falstad, Mokka again on Jimmy. We have Heavy on Anduin and Leon Black on ETC. And on the right side of the map, the team in the lead in this best of 5. Perfect Gems with Unaverted on Greymane, Legacy on Stukov, Valama on Dehaka, CPX on Hanzo, and Zagrak is playing Johanna in game number 2. And already the adjustment, I talked about it on Volskaya Foundry, we have Exterminator on this map since it features 2 bosses. It's definitely a good choice. Very, very strong now after the recent patch. Initially, Exterminator wasn't really taken, nobody really cared about it. Even after the recent patch where it got buffed, people only took it on Battlefield of Eternity. What really tilted the favor, or the entire dynamic in favor of Exterminator was that Blizzard then, through the last patch, came in and also nerfed in the Ace in the Hole. So now it's pretty much a choice that is viable outside of Battlefield of Eternity on boss maps in particular. Right now, we are looking at a bit of a scrabble here in the middle of the map. Oh, the bird. Both teams have a global, by the way. So Falstad already using that to go straight down to the bottom of the map. Trying to get the last remaining experience points there. We have a slight interrupt in the middle as Zagrak is trying to make it out. Gets body blocked quite nicely, but not well enough to be eliminated. But a good attempt regardless. So they're trying here. It was a close first game, I gotta say. A lot of back and forth that we saw. Eventually the red team takes it. CPX. Oh, a lot of control. And that's a kill. But the counter kill is there as well. Nice. ETC a bit unlucky here. Still a good kill for the blue team. Now someone has to rotate over to take the experience, or they're going to lose out on it. But that was definitely a good one. Okay, so to the right side of the map, Unaverted and Legacy, the two are attempting to take their Bruiser camp. The objective is spawning topside, which is also why the red team is taking this camp late as the second camp. Because if they take it around the objective, the first tribute, it means that the bot lane is going to be much more of a problem for Celeb Gaming than it would be if they would take it too early. And allow Falstad to take it or to defend it before all of this happens. Mokka is already running around. Every single time I see his nickname, I really want another coffee. Seriously. Every single time. I just like come in and I'm just like, do I get myself a mocha or a cafe latte or maybe a hot chocolate? Every single time. I'm just going in my head throughout this entire traditional Starbucks menu or just like any cafe that you could go to, and I'm always just like, yeah, take 2 like cappuccino for me, please. So I don't know, but he himself, no problems with the guy, but his name, it's just triggering food jumps in mine. It's if somebody would name themselves Pepperoni Pizza. If you have to cast that guy and then always talk about it, you would get hungry too. So I don't know what to say there, but that's just what it is. So Vespertine up to the top is now still trying to get another kill against CPX. I suppose that that's not going to be as easy for him. Middle of the map. There's our little setup right now. With Heavy already getting attacked, Leon Black and Mokka also in position for now to push with the camp and trying to use that spell aura to their advantage. Not really working just yet. But they get some damage in. Counts. Counts. Totally counts. So, the bosses come onto the map at the 5-minute mark, so that's something to definitely watch out for. And then play around later. They will definitely try. Especially with Exterminator. I mean, on one hand you have Exterminator, on the other hand you have Hanzo, so both have something that they can really raise those bosses down with, which is pretty much the entire idea behind it. The rotation towards the top is now already happening. Okay, Mokka is there. Vespertine is also coming through. The 2 globals are still sitting in the middle of the map. Doesn't really come as a shock either, as you might have already imagined, so that's still totally fine. They will join the fight late. But the rest of the battle is already starting up. Hebi is trying to go for the channel over here and is nearly able to get it through, but the interrupt comes in anyways. So still a battle, but Dehaka. And Dehaka is getting the value at the bottom of the map now. This is exactly what I talked about earlier, the Siege Giant. So now Falstad has a choice. Tiger JK, once that Dehaka makes his move towards the top, can either mirror that or can go to the bottom of the map. But he has to make a choice. Either he helps out in the team fight or he defends the bot lane. One of the two. It's all that he can actually do. But the attacks are in again. And so far Dehaka hasn't really made a move for it. And the blue team gets it. The blue team gets it for free, but at the bot lane there's of course even more damage to be had as this is still being pressured out. Falstad flies in finally to take it down, but of course it has already crushed the wall as is. Tribute number 1 still goes over to the team in red, and well, that's something. The team in blue, of course. So yeah, that's a bit of a lead for them now. Falstad still sitting bot side right here, and let's have a little bit of look at the camps. Jimmy is of course getting some value out of his level 1 as he takes the camps, but again, where it really shines is when the bosses are up, and that's what you want to go for. You have such better boss control if you have a hero that can dish out a lot of damage there. Exterminator definitely coming in play in that moment. And also the level 4 for Hanzo, who jumps out. Actually amazing that nobody killed him. ETC and Urel were both close and had a shot there. Nobody did though. Yeah, but Urel is still hopping around the entire time. Gets silenced for a second, but is able to move out of the lurking arm range. Down here again, slide. Tribute number 2 is now about to appear on the map. But keep those bosses in mind as well. You win a fight right now, you get boss and tribute, and that's all that you need. Won't be ready for a curse, but hell, still counts. And the blue team is already low. They gotta be careful here. That tongue connect, nice, and nearly a kill. But Heavy is paying attention. Anduin just absolutely stepping it up. Legacy goes for the channel again. Urel is already falling back, and that's gonna be a tribute for perfect gems. They get one. Easy trade, 1 for 1 right here. Falstad starting to fly towards the top now. Actually, he flies towards the camp and tries to steal that away. Unaverted! Thanks for the work. Nice steal. Tiger JK with a fly, and then he gets denied. That backfired hard. And now they go for boss. Yeah, that's where Hanzo would love to help out, but of course Greymane alone in walking form is already chipping away against the hit points very nicely. Jimmy can absolutely obliterate the boss down here at the bottom of the map. One of the main reasons why you go for Exterminator is that you have bosses on those maps. So you take it on Alterac Pass, you take it on Cursed Hollow, and that's another kill. Damn. Easily taken. Top side, the same thing, but you can actually tell that they are even slower. Again, Jimmy is a beast on all of this. Red team would be so much faster if Hanzo would have been top side too, but of course that wasn't the case. Level 10 abilities are now ready for both teams. No surprises really. I mean, we got stage dive on ETC, so that maybe wasn't quite needed considering that we already have a global on their side with Falstad. Now they're playing a double global style that theoretically they could use. Allows him also to jump into the backline, especially if he wants to pressure Stukov, for example, let's say. But the fight over the next tribute is already raging on. Slappity slap slap. And the NA. The arrow cam is in, but the fight is raging on at the bottom of the map as now Falstad is flying down and gusts them back into the battle. No escape here, ladies. And the kill against Anduin as a result, and also Jimmy dies. So Tiger JK just gusted them to victory with the 3rd kill coming through too. So that was that. Down at the bottom of the map, they're also going to go now for the fort, but of course, first of all, the tribute is going to be channeled. Top side, they could go for it as well. A bit of an interrupt here, but just a moment. Vespertine just doesn't want to give this one up yet. Has to be careful here. Yeah, that's not going to go well for you if you're trying to jump in again, my friend. So the tribute is taken. The bottom... I really don't know what he's doing at this point. I mean, he's really hoping that there's only one hero. If they would have lingered around a little bit longer, he might have been in trouble there. The boss at the top gets finally defeated, but it went through the fort, whereas at the bottom of the map, this one was still safe. So good for them. At the bottom of the map, another fort is about to go down too. So this little team fight victory really pays off for perfect gems. And they are ahead in this series. They already have the 1-0 lead in this best of 5, so currently they're looking quite solid here. Everyone just falling back. They know they're ahead. They have nearly a level lead. We're not quite there yet, but still, they are looking at a talent advantage in a few seconds. 15,000 damage for Greymane. And of course, the kill count heavily in their favor now too. With that, we have at the top already the next tribute spawn, and that's the tribute that you have to fight for if you're Celeb Gaming. The problem is that you don't have the 13 talents, and Virulent Reaction, in addition to the lockdowns that they already have, is a nice setup for perfect gems to allow them to force fights even further and lock a target down to kill them. So yeah, that was that. But let's see. At this point, where do we go? There's already the jump straight back in. Okay, the attacks are coming through. Over here, the channel from CPX. Okay, Valamar with the tongue. That one missed. Oh, how can you miss that arrow? What happened there? I mean, the target was literally stationary. So, another North American arrow that narrowly misses the target, but miss it does. And now they have to fight over this on even talents. But yeah, that's actually a channel for the blue team, isn't it? I mean, they're interrupting again, or at least they're trying to. Now Jojo is a bit in trouble. Greymane comes in. Do they have another stun? Oh, the kill against ETC. But they need to get a bit more done than that. Urel, the tongue, the kill, the double. 6 kills against 1. They're even starting to chase, but that's going to be a curse. That's a curse right there. And now Falstad, well, the Haka actually should probably move down to the bottom of the map, or at least the middle, and try to push it out and get some extra experience. They're chasing even harder. The Haka is coming in with a drag, and Jimmy is eliminated. Yeah, Mocha is down, and they're going through the small wall to make sure that they take the keep. Blessed Shield misses. That seems to be a bit of a theme in this game right now. There's a lot of skill shots that are completely missing the target here. They're really eager. Could have waited that one out a little bit longer. Fort in the middle of the map is of course also going to get destroyed. ETC can't do anything about that. The keep topside is also down. 7 kills against 1. 2 levels ahead nearly. Falset is currently soaking the bottom of the map. But they are starting to jump into the middle of the map now too. Trying to get a few more of those experience globes soaked up. And could, in theory, even try and make a play for this. I mean, there's another 20 seconds on the curse. I honestly don't know where they're going. Like, if you are in that spot, I would still poke the middle a little bit. You don't have to overextend, but you can do a bit of damage here and soak some more experience. So them falling back this soon allows them to go for the camps a bit sooner than they would have to, I suppose. But the lanes are pushed out anyway, so either way they have the time to go for this. Maybe boss timers up again? Not really. I feel they could have really done a bit more damage to the middle wall. But they decide to go for the camps instead. They will probably time both of them roughly around the same time. I actually expected them to take this one now too, just in an attempt to prepare for boss and go for it straight at the spawn time, because let's face it, they are currently looking at a level 16 talent advantage, so why wouldn't they go for the boss immediately? Yep, there we go. And if they take this quickly, they can go down to the bottom of the map too. An earlier rotation would have helped them even more, but one way or another, they're going to take this one so quickly that the blue team has no chance, actually, if they decide to take the bottom boss too. And bot keep is down. So, at this point, if you don't want to push with the top boss, then just go down to the bottom of the map and take the second one. The blue team will have to react. They will have to go for it. They can't just simply let this go straight up to the core. So this is going to be an easy boss, and with that they can then push the bottom of the map and attempt to take another keep down. Try to make the play right here. So far so Gucci. The Haka, by the way, tunneling claws. We got the executioner in. Alright, boss taken. The camp is going to be up for quite a long time. And they have now siege giants plus the bottom boss as well. That's going to be a powerful push. Especially since they are still trying to defend here. I mean, they can let the boss pretty much... They can leave it alone right now. But the bottom wall is at least going to fall. The only question that remains is, can the blue team hold on to the keep or not? And I would actually say at this point, the answer to this is no. This is going to be tough. That would be an insane defense if they can keep the keep. But I don't think that's going to be possible. With boss, catapults and everything else, that would be a magnificent defense here. And that boss is just wailing away at it and is going to take it down for sure. Topside siege giants are threatening a fort, but, well, that's obviously still a positive trade for perfect gems. And a 2-0 lead would mean a lot for them. Short distance arrow, drag connects, and Reyna is down. And they can actually march towards the core at this point. And see if they can even kill that. If they get a kill against Vespertine, then that would definitely be a yes. Shields are nearly eliminated. Siege giants are still there. Catapults as well. Core is starting to take damage. They're down one hero. Greymane wants to go in. Here comes the ETC stage dive, gets booped away right away, and there's the slap as Stukov comes around. Core is down to 60% already. They're still trying to hold on to it, but there's the split around the core as they're starting to dish out the damage, and this is looking like a solid lead for Perfect Gems in this series. A 2-0 lead in the best of 5 for the red team. GG and well played. Volskaya Foundry could be the last map in the series. We got perfect gems against Celeb Gaming, and the red team has taken a 2-0 lead over their opponent here with a victory on Cursed Hollow, our last map. So pretty much the last chance for Celeb Gaming to bring this back and put the first point onto the scoreboard with Tiger JK now on Jaina, Vespertine on Urel again, Mokka switching back to Vala. We have Leon Black on Johanna and Heavy on Anduin. Yeah, we're waiting for Vala, for Mokka to use his vault to heavily engage aggressively in team fights. That's what he did the last time I observed him on Vala. On the right side though, Anaverter on Grey Main. Perfect gems. They want to close this out with Valama on Chen, Legacy against Stukov, Zagrak on Anubarak, and CPX is playing Kelthos again. It is Pyroplast time, ladies and gentlemen. Alterac Pass is a big map, and yeah, no globals in this one. Monster Hunter is already in. And with that, we have more boss control. I mean, again, it's one of the reasons why on boss maps these days you pick Executioner with Jimmy, you pick Monster Hunter with Vala, you're trying to get camp control, to get boss control. Don't have to play that style, but it's an option that you definitely have right now. So if you feel that you also throughout fights around the prisoner camps get good value out of an arrow build, there's no reason not to go for it. We've seen multiple variations. The most common build on Vala is still the multi-shot build, but you can definitely go into arrow build outside of Battlefield of Eternity as well if you really want to. So, for now, we are seeing again the aggression at the bottom of the map this time. With the Nubarak, you can of course spawn a couple of beetles to soak tower shots, which allows you to go for some aggressive shenanigans. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. Leon has to be cautious. And up to the top, Urel is already hopping around too. It's interesting actually to see that the red team is not going for their own camp at this point. They are getting some solid damage in at the bottom of the map, but eventually they need to take their own camp on this map. We've been talking about this quite a lot in the European matches, that the camps on this map are super powerful and the teams are usually taking them whenever they can, and then it's most of the time it's actually at the same time, and then they collide in the middle. But in this case it's actually only the blue team that takes their camp. The red team hasn't really moved into that position because they were doing damage at the bottom of the map, which is definitely worth it. My question is just simply, how much can Celeb Gaming now do with the camp in the middle of the map? I would actually love for someone else to move into the mid lane outside of only Jaina and try and help out with that. And I guess Anduin is currently trying to do exactly that, because these camps are strong. They are really quite powerful. Vespertine and Mokka are now both moving in as well. And I honestly not sure if that's going to be a good trade for the red team, but we'll see. They take some damage at the wall now. Their own camp is of course still up. Zagrak is in some predicament, but is able to get out with the help of the Porter 2. And thanks to the 4-man commitment, they are able to defend this quite easily. They still have their own camp up, and of course now, bit delayed, they go for it and take it right away. And up towards the top, there's already Vespertine playing against CPX. So of course quite eager to get a few more stacks together. I mean, he did quite well on map number 1, Volskaya Foundry, where I think he got 55 stacks towards the end of the game on his level 1. It's a pretty big shield and mana pool that he has with that. But without the shield itself, whenever there's an engagement, especially from Urel, then of course it's going to be in trouble. So you want to be as diligent as you possibly can around regeneration globes, just to build that up as the game continues. And yeah, hit the quest, of course. So that's the least. Objective spawns, but as already explained quite a lot of times, you don't normally go for that immediately. Traditionally, the teams wait until level 7 talents are in, so that they don't fall behind in talents. Sometimes we've seen teams even wait until level 10. But NA has its own rules, so they're saying, yep, screw those Europeans and their playstyle. We go for that when it's announced. The camp is up, we go for it. Let's go. Prisoner camp is getting attacked. There's a bit of an interrupt attempt, and the kill. Greymane is down, flattened like a pancake as Urel jumps in feet first, and that's a second kill as Stukov dies too. Blue team coming back with a vengeance here. Celeb Gaming. A little bit tired of this shit. They're looking at the score and guys, okay, time to play some Heroes of the Storm. Let's go and show those kids how it's done. I'm not gonna go out with an 0-3 in this winner bracket semifinal. Not happening. Let's take at least this map. So, off we go. Up towards the top. There we have our push again. By the way, talking about pancakes, so the one thing that I still have to point out, we actually talked about it on Twitch quite a little bit, but Americans don't know what pancakes are. It actually always surprises me. Every single time you show these plebs an actual pancake, they think it's a crepe. And they don't understand that in Europe you have crepes and you have pancakes, and then there's a third thing, which is an American pancake, which is absolutely disgusting. It looks great on pictures, but the reason why they always have ice cream and maple syrup and all this stuff with it is because you can't eat that crap, that pancake, that American pancake, without a ton of sweet shit, because the pancake itself is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Looks good on pictures, in reality it does taste awful. Believe me, Americans need to go to Europe for a couple of trips and then order a proper pancake somewhere, you know, and then go to France or somewhere else and order a crepe and then see the difference right there. It's always shocking. Had a huge discussion there the other day. It's important. These things matter. Back to Heroes of the Storm. Kill against the Panda. So there's already a little bit of Panda abuse. Yeah, the Americans are mad with the Chinese right now. So our Chinese import Chen is immediately getting wrecked over here. I mean, again, if you bring Corona over there, I would be angry with you too. Just kidding there, of course. But either way. So that Panda is getting murdered. And they take the prisoners. So, top side. That's why we have now our little approach here with Vespertine starting to jump in. The wall is already down thanks to the double commitment that we had. But the fact is that now that the cavalry is coming through, we can expect some of those red structures to fall right there. So, 3 kills against 0. It's a good start. Really, they're doing well here. 3 kills to 0 is looking pretty solid. And the question is only, how much can they do right now? Okay. Off we go. That one looks like they're going to heavily commit towards the mid lane at least. And that's a destroyed fort. I don't think they can save this one. Bottom of the map, let's see. Zagrag is also getting attacked. Unaverted. Oh. Tiger JK didn't bargain for that much. So the water elemental is immediately out. And he says like, nope. One is enough. I'm okay going up against the cockroach. But a cockroach and a wolf is just a little bit too much for me to handle. So level 10 abilities were there for them a little bit quicker. There it is. The Pyroblast again. And we have some top keg plays from Chen too. As he goes straight up for the barrel. Yeah. CVX already starting to move in. They're trying to take this one out. One fort has been destroyed. The fort at the top is nearly down. The one at the bottom has taken some damage. All in all, solid objective for the first one. Considering that it didn't scale that hardcore yet. It was pretty solid. 8 stacks on Vala's level 4, 19 stacks on Khaldor's level 1. So both of them doing a decent job here. And it's all time for the next fight now. There is a level lead, half level lead, should be exact here, for Celeb Gaming. But yeah, they're losing a bit of ground in this one. And they haven't gotten a kill yet. They have not gotten a kill yet. And keep in mind, the last time that they actually played the Pyroblast setup, it was highly successful for them. Back then, they played it with Urel, who always jumped after the Pyroblast target to try and take it down. I guess that duty this time falls to Chen, so he's going to try and do pretty much the same thing. And, yeah. Careful, my friend. Okay, Tiger JK, Water Elemental, and that should be a dead Khaldor. He missed the gravity lapse completely, and Tiger JK misses everything else, but still gets the kill. Nice! Yeah, that was a little bit clutch. In Germany, we call that Not gegen Elend, but at the end of the day, it was still a kill against the Fire Mage, so nicely done. And all the way up to the top, yeah. Oh, look at that. He's going for a scouting tour. He's like, what do you mean I'm quarantined? I don't like quarantine. I'm going to explore the world. Yeah, well, and the exploration tour stops right here. So the boss at the bottom of the map has been eliminated, but the boss at the top has not been taken as an exchange, which is what usually happens. So with that, we will see another fort fall. They actually go for it. Really? Damn. They go for the boss, while at the bottom a boss is already pushing and has just destroyed their fort. You sure that's what you want to do, boys? I mean, you're gonna lose the wall for sure now. So I am very interested to see how that's gonna pan out. I love that the blue team is, by the way, falling back because they can't believe what's happening there. But yeah, top is now taken. But the defense is a little bit slow down here, and that's the wall down. The gate is down, and we are probably going to see both of the towers fall. So I didn't really expect them to go for top boss in this case. A little bit strange, but okay. I don't think that Jaina is going to have too much of a problem defending against this. I mean, maybe the fort falls, but even that is a question mark. If Vala, for example, rotates to the top just for a couple of arrow shots, then I just don't see a world in which this fort falls. But Vala has better shit to do. Vala is a girl with class, and she doesn't defend against anything. No. You have to give Vala a little bit of a challenge, you know. Vala looks at that boss and is like, nope, sorry, but my arrows are just... I'm not going to waste arrows on that thing. That's just not happening. I'm going to take something else. Does it give me experience? What? No? Do I get anything? Is there a Blizzard achievement at the end of the game? No? But there's a Mercenary Lord, so no, I'm gonna go for the camp. Sorry, boys, but priorities, right? See you later, bitches. So she goes, takes the camp, no defense, and the fort goes down. But there's another thing that goes down too, and that's Stukov. The Admiral is dead. Oh! That's a kill. That's a kill! Nice! Pyroblast action right there. And here we go. Vala is dead too. Jaina is eliminated as well. And that was pretty neat right there. 5 kills against 3. And the fight in favor of the red team all of a sudden. They're looking pretty spicy here. They're actually looking really good. So with that said, we actually have now a situation in which the red team could make a comeback. And they're going to try and do exactly that. Problem is, of course, that the blue team is a little bit ahead in experience and will hit the earlier level 16. So if the red team really wants to win this objective, they need to be quick about it. And they're already trying to channel, but the interrupts are there. Heibi has another one ready. Over up to the top. There's another attack against Urel. CPX is the one channeling it through. Gets it done. Nice interrupt. Jojo was moving in. Could have used the flashlight. Was stunned out, though, by Nubarak. And what else are we going to get there? They're starting to jump in, make the play, but already the channel is happening right here. I don't think they can get it right now, which means that we still have an opportunity to fight back. Level 16 talents, going full on into the Seething Hatred for a little bit more extra damage on Vala. So no Frost Shot, which we oftentimes see to control the fight a bit more with extra slows and have more ranged poke. And no Manticore either to put more pressure onto Nubarak and Chen in the late game. So it's all about the arrow plays here for Mokka. Still looking at 14 stacks, so not quite done with the quest yet. Needs another 6 in order to complete it. 33 stacks by now for Kalthas, who's pushing out the bot lane and also grabs a few more stacks for himself. But the main goal is to get level 16 talents so they can fight for the objective, which is pretty much now the case. They have their 16 and they're starting to make the play in. Ignite is there. Kalthas is on the way. Pyroblast is also back. Pyroblast! And the kill! Nice! Well done! Actually, am I high? Wait, what? I stopped looking. Why did she not die? Oh, Gloom! Activating Gloom. Alright, sorry, but like I already started to look at the next thing and I was like, wait a second, that's 5 versus 5 still. What's happening here? Oh my god, guys. What a brain fart. I looked at the HP pool and I already started to look somewhere else as a connector. I was just like, nice, the kill, she's dead. And I was like, wait a second, did she actually die? And I was like, oh, Gloom, right. Oh, fantastic. Owned myself right here. Oh my god. I mean, while other people were stocking up toilet paper before the quarantine, I actually stocked up on alcohol, so that might have to do something with this. Joking, of course. But still, red team is able to win the objective after all, so the Pyroblast not doing a whole lot. Gloom having mad value here. Talking about mad value. La Cucaracha, and Nubarak coming in with a big stun. Getting one hit in after another. The Cockroach doing well and supporting another big hit. It looked really for a long time as if the blue team would just crush through this, and now they're falling behind in kills again and they might just lose it. Maybe not right here, but they're about to lose some keeps if this continues. This is 5 kills against 6 and that's a big boy push. Epic Enter has also been taken by Nubarak on his level 16 talents. Now he epically can enter the backline, which is only true if he survives. Quest completed for Jaina, so Iceberg is possible. And that's the end of Stuka as well. Top kick plays from the Panda as he starts to wander around here. And Unaverted trying to get a counter kill because he's already realizing he's probably not going to make it. Kalthas is down. Mokka! Oh, Mokka goes down. Should have gone for Cappuccino after all. Top lane, that's where we have another lane being pressured out, but the keeps, they haven't fallen yet. In we go. Yeah! 9 kills against 7. You gotta... I mean, honestly, you can say whatever you want, but this game has so far... This series has so far been incredibly close. I mean, both of the teams just like fighting back and back here time and time again on every single map. Perfect gems so far, reaping the wins. 2-0 on the count. Well, let's go. 29,000 on Greymane, 28,000 on Vala. That boss is going to be taken. They can rotate down, take another one if they want. Should have also the level 20 talent then in the meantime. But yeah, camp is taken, and there is a little bit of panda action at the bottom of the map, but Urel is going to be totally fine with all of this. So yeah, you can go down to the bottom of the map. I don't even understand why you would go for this camp first. I mean, yes, you want this too, but honestly, just go down to the bottom and claim this. Go straight in for the boss camp. I guess at the end of the day, they're going to be able to take all 3. But if they want to play that safe, I guess the red team didn't rotate in anyways. Red team is still busy in the middle of the map, by the way, trying to get experience for level 20. There's already the Radiating Faith. Death Siphon is in too. Both camps are taken. One of them move down. That's really where Vala's arrow build really comes into play. The problem is she didn't complete the quest yet. If we had level 4 completed, she could just go through those camps in general. Just like go a little bit of a vault buy. Move in, arrow, vault, double arrow, move past. Someone else clears the rest of the camp. And by the time she reaches the boss, she has it up again. But without a level 4 completed, it takes a little bit more for that. Still good damage, of course, but yeah. Big camp in the middle, by the way. That one is going to eliminate, very likely, the keep even. Well, maybe not likely, but it's going to put some damage onto it, and there's a chance that they take it down. There's level 20 now for both teams. And that's the push for the first keep. And, well, that keep is going to fall. Question is then, are they going to try and push for core? It seems like they are trying. They are still looking at it. Now, the problem with these cores is that they regenerate hit points. I'm not sure if they can actually make that happen. Well, if they get a kill or two, they definitely can. Yeah, the panda's kicking it up again. And they're already starting to slowly fall back here. Cocoon is being used and quickly taken down. Okay, Blessed Shield follow up. Radiating Faith, they're trying again. Trying to go for the boss here. Core is still with 2 armor shields. Pretty healthy. 17,000, too much for them to handle. And as I said, mid lane has lost the keep too. So this is why I'm always a little bit like, yeah, I don't like a push like this. If you already know you're going to get the keep and then you try and just stick around because you hope that you maybe get a kill and then you go core. But in the meantime, you lose your own keep. I mean, think about what just happened. We had a fight at the top where the blue team got 2 or 3 kills, right? And then they had 2 bosses that they could take in the mid camp. What did all these things do? Over here, not much. Open the wall up a little bit. At the bottom of the map, they got the keep, and what happened in the meantime? They lost the keep in the middle. So they got 2 bosses and a camp, and pretty much the end result is that they traded keeps with the opponent. It's not really what you want to get out of this. They had a level 20 lead too. This could have been played a little bit better. Either you have to really just YOLO for the core, which I wouldn't really advise with 2 armor shields on the boss, or you just have to fall back a bit quicker when you see that the keep is going to fall anyways and defend your own keep so that you have a map advantage. But now in the team fight, this is of course still up for grabs, and let's see who takes it. They're already made... Oh, that's a kill. Nice, Chen is down. The panda gets wrecked, and that is an opportunity to make the play for maybe a second kill, but first of all, for the prisoner camp. They get the second kill, Stukov is down, and here we go. Nice rotation to the bottom. Kelthas is now dead as well. That opens the core up again, and with 3 heroes now eliminated and only Greymane and Nubarak back, that's of course an opportunity to end their game for real this time. And Nubarak dives in deep, gets a stun through. Tiger JK gets healed, and they're starting to make the play, but this is just too much time for them to spend on the core. So much time before the heroes come back to life, so that should be an easy one. Maybe a little bit harder than I expected, but there's an Anubara kill already. Greymane is also about to go down, and as we are seeing all of this happen, it seems like the blue team is finally able to put a point onto the scoreboard here. Celeb Gaming with a victory on Alterac Pass against Perfect Gems. Nicely done here, taking the first win in the best of 5 here in this winner bracket semi-final at the Division S Season 2 Playoffs North America. GG, and well played. Game number 4. Whoop, whoop. Celeb Gaming putting a point onto the scoreboard here. And now on Infernal Shrines, we have our 4th game ahead of us. With Vespertine on Chen, Tiger JK on Jaina, Leon Black on Mal'Ganis, Mokka on Greymane, and Hebi on Stukov. On the right side, Zagrak on Johanna, CPX on Hanzo, Legacy on Deckard Cain. The old man wandered out of his house, needs to be a little bit careful. He is definitely in one of the risk groups, so you gotta be careful, my friend. Make sure to wash your hands and, yeah, just social distancing, brother. Stay in the back, stay in the back. As a support, that would be my advice anyways, but in this case, I want to highlight it again. Valaman Samuro, unaverted on Reyna, and let's go. Game number 4. Do we see a 5th game in this series, or will Perfect Gems now lock it down with a 3-1 victory right here? Okay, so for now, on level 1, the Storm Stout secret recipe. Guys, there's no secret, it's salt. Easy. Yeah, with the level 1 talents, we actually now also have the field study. Deckard Kano, of course, as an old scholar, is already sitting there and he's studying the opponent's movements. Like, he is pretty much the early rocket scientist. Like, back in those days, in the Diablo universe, he didn't have any rockets, but now that he's in the Nexus, there's just so many things that he can study and check out. And he is an eager one, using all of that free time. You know, like, all these Gen Z plebs and everybody, they're getting quarantined and they're doing nothing else but binging Netflix. And Deckard Cain, he uses that time to just study a little bit, prepare, you know, like, that guy is just a scholar. He's buying a couple of books on Amazon, gets them delivered to you, and just locks himself into his little closet there, just like reading, studying, just preparing, you know, just like learning a little bit of a trade and stuff like that. That's what he does. Netflix, what is that? He just has no clue. Either way, now that Deckard is out, we also have up to the top our 1 versus 1 battle. Samuro, the old Blade Master, is going to go straight in for a little bit of Way of the Blade action here. Level 1 already, talent locked in. Down to the bottom of the map. Now they have 2 camps taken, and the next one is getting locked in too. And they're gonna not fight for it. Nope, not today. Make love, not war is apparently the motto of the early game. Because the blue team is just walking away with whatever they want. Whereas the red team is just saying like, yeah, we don't want to fight just now. We're going to talk about it later. The old man? There's another guy. But yeah, Jimmy's down. Jimmy is down. Good start for the blue team. Look at that. That's how you want to start the 4th map. You know, exactly like that. You come out with all the confidence of game number 3. You're like, let's go, boys. We got this. Hell yeah. Whoop, whoop. And then you get the first kill and you just feel awesome. That's how you have to start into this. So with all the confidence right now here in North America, we're having the jump straight in. They kill Jimmy and they're like, USA, USA, USA. Until they realize that the other team is from the States too. But now that we have the first shrine activating, could be Canadians technically actually. So yeah, now that we have the jump onto the first shrine, there's a level lead nearly for the blue team. And off we go. Who takes the first Punisher? Deflection is in. And there we go. The cavalry is already riding in. Hanzo with a bit of a connect. Level 7 would of course be amazing for the blue team. They have the camp taken. Both teams did. And now the push for Punisher number 1. Vespertine, Chen, a little bit molested by the Blade Master here, but not too much. Our little meat grinder over here. But here we go. First fight is in, and it is party time, baby. No level 10 abilities just yet, which would of course make for quite a lot of fun. But there's a lockdown from Deckard Cain, sealing the deal. But Zagrak, and he goes down just before he gets the cooldown on his trade bag. Johanna gets wrecked. And that should be a really good opening now for the blue team. So they are doing fantastic in this early game. 2 kills against 0. Pretty much the chance to grab the first Punisher. Already establishing a lead on the first objective. With level 7 talents in their hands, nothing should really threaten them. So they can try and get a bit of value in the middle while Chen rotates topside and deals with the camp that has started to break through the wall. So far, so good. I mean, we saw a lot of insane reverse sweeps actually on the European side. The European tournament was crazy. And now, there's an opportunity for North America to do the same thing. Small wall gets opened up. Punisher jump comes in. Iron Skin used to dodge out on the stun itself. And they're breaking through the wall. But with the first game already won by Celeb Gaming, I mean, they won the third one, they have a chance to now really go for another reverse sweep setup. On level 7, we have the Emerald taken. Can reduce quite a bit of the healing here, and then, of course, later on. And down to the bottom of the map, there's a bit of a rotation. Jaina is already taking a camp, using a wave clear to take the Khazras on the left side. And they're pretty diligent about all of this. It's actually a point that I've been making now in Infernal Shrines for like ages. But if you're able to consistently just get 2 out of the 3 camps, then you walk away with a talent advantage, or at least with an experience lead, if you want to or not. I mean, seriously, there's a huge difference there. Just look at the experience right here. That's already another 500 experience point on the mercenary camps, just simply by them taking this camp over and over again. And if you continue this throughout the game, then you're going to end up in a really good spot where you have that early level 10, that early level 7, and it's going to help you win these team fights as well. Minion experience, of course, also contributes to the lead that they currently hold. They have done a better job soaking those lanes in addition to that. But, well, with that, level 7 is now in for both teams, and we're talking about level 10 abilities. Yep. What's going to be the heroic for the teams right now? Everybody currently rotating towards the bot side again. Trying to get a little bit of action over here. Okay, Leon Black jumps in to take this one down. And level 10. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go. That's the moment where you can make your first push and try and take, for example, at least the wall down. Need to get something out of that shit. The bullet is in, and we have the triple panda, Storm, Earth, and Fire, aka Tick, Trick, and Truck. I always forget how these guys are called in English, my apologies, but yeah, the DuckTales triplets. So, yeah, Huey, Dewey, and Wooey, like, I have no idea, something like that. You know what I'm talking about, so yeah. They're going to be in here. Oh, that's a kill. Jaina, girl, you stepped out a bit too much. Ah, the narrowly missing arrow from North America again. It's good to have some consistency in these games. I love that. Yeah. At this point, you actually ask yourself why we actually even have arrow as a talent level 10 for Hanzo. I mean, so far, did we actually see someone hit? I guess one did, yeah. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm teasing. No worries. So, now that Leon is moving down to the bottom, he can push CPX a bit. Try to take him down here. The Lulnado is coming out too. That's the problem when you have too many books. You need to do something with that shit. So he's just throwing them around in a hissy fit. I mean, it's better like little Lily. Have you ever actually seen Lily? Honestly, Lily looks a little bit like she has a total epileptical episode, or is just like throwing a hissy fit whenever she goes for ult. I mean, she just literally just runs around in a circle, it's like and throws like healing shit around. So look at her the next time that you see Lily go for the jugs. It's every single time. The girl throws a tantrum and people all of a sudden get more hit points. I don't know how that works, but it's a little bit, it's weird. Anyways, next objective is up. Top side is what we're talking about now. Level 10 versus level 10 abilities. Slightly in experience for the blue team. And off we go. There's the Blessed Shield already. Zograk! Oh, and he got wrecked. Zog wrecked. He goes down, and now they're slowing the old man. Hey! Old man gets bullied by Panda. Yeah, he's eliminated too. Yeah, alrighty. So, that could be another setup against... Oh, the Blade Master! Oh, that's the death of Samuro. And they're cleaning house. CPX is also dead. Stukov comes in and takes him apart. Stukov is one of these old school Russian admirals, so when he sees like a suspicious guy with a bow and a hipster beard, he has absolutely zero respect for that, so he just shows him where the door is, or in this case, where the slap is. Slaps him a little bit around, that's another kill. That's 6 kills against 1, and boys, like, look at Celeb Gaming. These guys, they have tasted blood in the water here. These guys have definitely gained momentum in game number 3 and slowly turning that into an avalanche. They already did damage with the first objective, now they're locking in the second Punisher. Yeah, definitely going for that. Jaina rides the golden cock towards the camp and takes that down. But also has found a couple of... Vespertine, you fucker! Look at this! I love it! Oh, look, he looks at Jaina. Jaina gets attacked. Vespertine is sitting at the side. He's just like, nope, not happening. Nope. I'm out of here. You're on your own, girl. You're on your own. Not happening. No. No fucks given. Jaina's like, help! 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 Team! And the Panda's like, not happening, not today. Got more important shit to do in the bot lane. Yeah, but they get the counter kill against Deckard Cain, so he is down as well. The slap is in, and they want to go for Valamar, but he swaps out. But 39 points on the objective are already sealing that deal, of course. But they haven't taken it at the top. So they delay all of that. Apparently they want to delay it a little bit further in an attempt to, I guess, snowball it towards level 16 a bit more. They also wanted to wait for Jaina to come back. But, yeah. Nice setup over here. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, they're still fighting. Fuck the objective. No. I love that even Samura doesn't go for the objective. They just let it sit at 39. And there's the kill against Johanna. Now, for everybody that is not quite familiar with what you're trying to do, oftentimes when you, for example, lose a hero or when you have to send a couple of heroes back to take mana, you leave the objective at 39 if you're way ahead and your opponent can't get it, and then you buy yourself time. In this case, they're just continuing the game, not giving a shit about that Punisher, and they get 2 kills. They take Johanna and Hanzo down, and this is gonna result in them hitting level 16. I have no idea why the red team didn't at least send one hero towards the top and start taking minions. What that will do is that eventually someone on the blue team has to go up and then steal it away, or they might even lose out on it. And so they could have forced the blue team to take it a bit earlier, because now the blue team is just sitting there, is taking the level 16 turn, has taken 2 forts down, then they move top, take the Punisher, and try to go for keep. So this is a little bit weird. Well, here they go. Chen is already up. There are rumors, by the way, that Blizzard is going to change the Chen voice lines pretty soon. Pandemic! Only rumors, of course, but, well, we don't know. Catering to the Chinese overlords. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Don't you have phones? Okay. Camp at the bottom of them. Take that fucking Punisher. Serious, this is starting to tilt me. This is really starting to become a little bit of a problem. Finally, there we go. Lock it in, baby. That's that. Okay, also camp over here. Big push topside. The big boy plays. Samuro is trying to do Samuro things, aka cancel the map around a little bit and make sure that they're going to get some structures. I mean, it's actually a nice play, so they get at least a fort out of it. The problem is there's a double camp plus boss topside, so dealing with that is going to be fun, especially since the wall is already opened up, so they can follow up on the Punisher stun. In this case, not quite working out. Lulnado is already in. Deckard Cain is trying to seal the deal. Not happening either, and there we go. Another big push, pushing them out. Johanna is getting nearly ripped, but instead it is the wolf that takes down Reyna. Jimmy is down. Guys, they are crushing through this. They are going through the red team like hot butter through cheese. These boys are not stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. It's party time, baby. Yes, there's already the Panda going for some action, but the core is falling. And we are looking at a 5th game. We're looking at a 5th game. Dominant performance in game number 4. And Celeb Gaming forces the final game out of this series. GG and well played. Game number 5, reverse sweep time, baby. Celeb Gaming coming in with 2 wins in a row, trying, of course, to make it a triple here and decide this in their favor. And they actually got Deathwing through the draft. Not really all that unheard of in North America, but well. This map is Dragon Shire, so also great for Dragon Pig. We have Mokka on Greymane, Vespertine on Chen, Hebi on Stukov. We have Tiger JK on Maef, and Leon Black on Deathwing. Is that Deathwing main tank? An A. Never change. On the right side, Perfect Gems with Unaverted on Hanzo, Zagrak on Johanna, Legacy on Rhaegar, CPX on Junkrat, and Valamar on Urel. Alright, let's go. And they went for the chicken skin too. Okay, so we got the big chicken in. And yeah, let's check this out. Deathwing main tank. Yeah, as someone said earlier, an A is the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, we didn't see any Cho'Gath here in the tournament so far. We didn't have any Uther main tank. And yeah, this is the first Deathwing game that we got too. So they're actually getting a little bit closer to the European meta lately. But I have not seen the Deathwing main tank yet. So let's go. Deathwing in and of itself, of course, incredibly powerful. And A hasn't really picked up on that for a long time. I think by now, at least, judging from the games that we had so far in this tournament, he's getting banned out reliably. Because in Europe, ever since the hero got introduced, he is not really let go through drafts. We had a couple of games in the European playoffs where he played a bit of a role, but generally speaking, teams do not want to go up against Deathwing. It is just way too strong. But in this case, they actually got him, playing him not really in the situation where we expected him. But of course, he can now also solo the bottom a little bit. Chen is taken to the top lane, trying to take that. And over here, we have already camps taken. Level 1 talents, Deathwing actually going into the Dragon Soul. So pretty much what we're seeing on Europe lately too. Well, actually, I've always seen that in Europe. There's a couple of players that have different builds, but generally speaking, that's the standard. And off we go. Dragon Knight number 1 is active. Camps are taken. The Space Goat is there. And it is time to shine. Yep. Down to the bottom of the map. Siege Shines are in as well. And there's already Deathwing. Time for the Molten Flame, baby. Barbecue time. Yes. How do you like your camp? That doesn't really work against him. Sorry. So they just steal it away. That was an easy one, just walking over, everybody was just like saying like, yeah, okay, you're gonna get it. And here we go. That's a good angle also for a bit more action. That bot lane is under pressure. It's like, damn son, that's a lot of damage right now. They're gonna be able to take down this entire wall if they want. Yeah, maybe now that Zagrag is moving in, it's gonna be a bit more tricky. But there's also an opportunity to go for the Dragon Knight. Yeah, if Chen actually holds on to the mid lane for a bit longer, Maiev is on the way. Hanzo's coming in too. And he's going to try and make his play right there. Tiger JK trying to work around that. Rhaegar comes in, Vault of the Wardens to dodge out on the slow and gets out. Panda action against Goat. Yeah, this is a little bit like a petting zoo right over here. Panda against Goat, and so far the Goat is winning. Now Rhaegar comes in too. Okay, so we have a Goat, we have a Panda, and we have a Wolf. Or a Handback Chihuahua. Yeah, Valamar is already moving back here, and off we go. Yeah, that's another thing that's actually amazing. If you've ever actually been for quite some time in North America, I don't really think that people, especially in the LA area, understand what dogs are. They honestly just buy strollers like you do for a baby and just like carry their dogs around in the stroller. It's really just the syndrome, hey, I'm alone, I'm past 35 and I would like to have a baby, but I don't have a boyfriend, so here I'm gonna just treat my dog like a baby. Obviously, if you have it, don't get me wrong, there's going to be at least someone that's now calling bitch in the YouTube comments like, but Khaldor, what if the dog is injured? That's a different story. But totally healthy animals that get just strolled around all day long, fuck that, it's an animal. That's actually animal abuse if you ask me. Someone should inform Peter when you see that shit. It's like crazy. I've seen that so many times, I was just like, but my mind was blown. I was like, the fuck's going on here? Totally healthy dogs in strollers, strolling around there. And being treated like they're babies. I'm just like, what? Some of them had fucking clothes on. I was like, what's happening here? Yeah, these pocket chihuahua, honestly, they're not dogs at all. Those are just rats in disguise. That's pretty much the only thing that happens. It's a rat in disguise, mark my words. A dog starts when it's at knee height. That's where a dog starts. Everything else is a pocket chihuahua. One of those little, like, yappy thingies. Wah, wah, wah. I still remember when I was a kid and we had like a dog, like proper dogs, right? And I went with the dog for a walk and there was one of those like little yappers at some point just yapping the entire time. And our dog never really went for anything. But at some point, even our dog was pissed. It was just like, fuck that shit. So it turned around just once. It was glorious. That little yappy thingy just stopped barking immediately. It was fantastic. That's a dog. That's a dog, ladies. Okay. Anyways, at this point, let's go a little bit into this. We haven't really missed too much. There was a Dragon Knight, but as you could already see, that early game Dragon Knight, yeah, didn't really do too much here in the middle. But they got the top 4, so that's pretty awesome. Still in level 9 versus level 9. Game number 5 is a doozy so far. It's still at least close. There's a bit of action happening right here. Alrighty. Where's our Deathwing? It looks like a chicken. How can you make a dragon look like a chicken? Seriously, every single time I see this thing, I want KFC. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a dragon. How can you disrespect Deathwing? Disrespect at your own peril. Down she goes. Johanna is dead. That's what you get for trying to fuck with the dragon here. On the other hand, Leon Black nearly died there, so it was a clutch one. And there's the fight at the bottom of the map. 4 down, and the triple kill. Hanzo and Junkrat all eliminated. And here we go. Double Siege Giant camp. Everybody moving through the bottom of the map. And they're starting to take the gate down at the keep. I told you, Celeb Gaming in game number 3, they just woke up. I have no idea what happened there. Maybe they had a hype drink, maybe they went for some coffee. Like, I don't know what was going on, but for some reason, that's when they started to step it up a little bit. And since then, they just haven't stopped. They are on a full-on power trip here. They eliminated the opponent in game number 4 like there's no tomorrow, and now they're just dominating in game number 3 as well. I mean, it's not completely over yet by any means, but perfect gems. They need to get their shit together if they want to turn this around. Boys, you had a 2-0 lead. And they go for Rocket Ride! What the fuck? And the arrow, why, NA, why? Every time! Can you at least once hit that thing? Arrow is again over. North America never changed. So here in the middle of the map, fight is still ongoing. No Rocket Ride so far. Setup with a stun would be nice for that, but we haven't seen any of it. Now we're starting to jump straight in with another attack against the Panda. He's moving out, and it looks like we're going to see another Dragonite. Yeah, and the Panda is going for it. Alright, our little petting zoo is starting to become a bit aggressive here. Grenades are still pushing through. Dragonite is in, and off we go. Here we have it. 12 kills against 10. 12, level 12 against 10. 4 kills against 1. And now they have down. Guys, did you realize that the blue team is actually running around with Double Dragon right now? I'm not shitting you. There's 2 dragons on that team right now. They're going full Double Dragon. Wah! There's going to be some super nice Kung Fu action in just a second. They're going to kick the shit out of it. I can't even remember. Was Double Dragon Kung Fu or Karate? Either way, they're going to take them down. I mean, just look at this. This is majestic. Deathwing is a little bit salty because he doesn't get an axe, but still, I mean, come on. At this point, here comes the hit, and they go for the keep. Deathwing is already jumping through, and that Dragonite is just hammering that battle axe straight into the keep. That thing is already heavily damaged. They're getting a bit of an ass kicking as well, as Junker is just simply catapulted away to the top lane. And the keep is down. We're 8 minutes into this game. 8 minutes in! And here comes the Rocket Ride, and they're going for Deathwing. I mean, that's pretty much just, by the way, like... At this point, they're doing it on purpose. You can't tell me anymore that this is by accident. I mean, seriously, that has to be on purpose. There's just no way. There's just absolutely no way. 13 against 12. By the way, if you want to know the reason behind Rocket Ride, I can actually give you a reason. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but the reason, to my knowledge, why they're picking Rocket Ride is because NA feels that Rocket Ride is a good counter to Deathwing. Because Deathwing can pretty much not dodge out on the damage, or has a very tough time doing it, so that's the reason why, at least in the past, they picked Rocket Ride against the hero. And again, I'm not saying it's a good reason, I don't really agree with that assessment, but it's one of the reasons that was given to me in the past of why that's the case. So, there's that. But, yeah, for now... Hanzo has the arrow up in another 10 seconds. Honestly, Hanzo could just shoot it to the right side of the map. Would do the same thing. Would do the same thing. It's like, shoot it now, dude. Just to the right. It's like... I don't even know what to say anymore. And I'm not ripping on Unaverted. I definitely don't. Unaverted played some great games in this series. I'm not ripping on him at all. It's every Hanzo that we have seen in this series that apparently, I mean, we have seen so many. What is the connection rate? What is the rate of arrows hit? 5%? 10? I mean, it can't be higher than that. Seriously. Level 13 is in. That means even talents. 4 kills against 2. Keep at the bot lane is down, but the top lane is getting focused on now. So they're all starting to jump in and try and take another big victory here. Up at the top front, Deathwing is already doing his thing. Bellowing Roar coming out again, trying to push out Urel and also good old Johanna. There's the cage. Maiev coming through. Rocket right. And nope, not happening. No value there, and now they're going for the chase. Oh, yeah, they're already on the run here. Zagrug is getting barbecued as he's staying on the Bridge of Death. Bot lane is getting pressure. Top fort has fallen, but down at the bottom of the map, the Siege Giants are at least going to do some damage. So there's that. At the top of the map, Maiev already moved in to take the channel, And we go. The winner of the series goes to the winner bracket final. And again, big distinction, winner bracket final and grand final, so the loser is not out of the tournament. The loser drops down into the lower bracket and has another chance then later on to make it into the grand final. But the first grand final spot, the first winner bracket spot will go to the team that takes it here in an attempt to take the loser bracket by storm and reach the grand final without having to go to the ordeal to playing extra matches in the lower bracket now. 16 is in. Another double dragon attempt right here. And in we go. Leon Black already up at the front. And at the same time now the Elementium plating. Talent also picked by now. Oh, okay. I was nearly expecting them to maybe go for a play at the top, but the Bridge of Death is of course always pretty dangerous. So instead they're going for the fort, eliminate the last one, and from a structural perspective, perfect gems get currently hammered into the ground. But late game fights are pretty impactful, so if you're able to win one of those late game battles, you might just be able to pull it off after all. The action is in as we're seeing the gate fall. Yeah, easily moving in for the quick kill here. One gate already down, go for the fountain as well. There's still a bit of a kick against Junkrat as he's coming back in. Dragonite is about to be extinguished, and yeah. Hanzo, by the way, hasn't thrown out another arrow yet. Yeah, he's a little bit shy at this point. He's a little bit like, I really want to, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah. Okay, there's the hit, and Deathwing escapes it. Okay, I mean, seriously. He gets killed this time for good reason. But I mean, the blue team had enough. They're just like, dude, like, this is over, I'm sorry. But like 3 times in a row, no. Actually, rumor has it that Hanzo actually didn't get killed by the blue team. He just committed suicide after this. He committed Sudoku. So, yeah. Oh my god. So, another camp about to be taken as we're starting to go straight in for the next Siege Giant camp over here. Now, topside is still building up a pretty big wave. Eventually, someone on the blue team has to fall back and try to take the experience here. Let's see. On the right side of the map. Is he actually able to take this? Oh, clutch! The Zagrak was nearly there. Vespertine was like, okay, boys, calculated. But that could have backfired. Let me take a look at the damage output now. So, we have 44,000 for Deathwing, top damage for the team. Hanzo at 42,000 here. And 16 versus 16. It's time to fight. I mean, for the red team, this is the perfect opportunity to come back into this. If they can win a team fight now, they have a chance of actually stopping the snowball and making it happen. But they need to win the fight. Here we go. If they want to win the series, this is the opportunity. In comes the rocket, right? Good job. Good damage. That's exactly why they take it. Arrow connects. Nicely done. Look at this. 5th times the charm. But Johanna still dying. And Rega is there too, guys. Houston, we have a problem. Hanzo is down as well. And no way they actually pull it off. They take Urel down, guys. That's a reverse sweep. They're gonna go for the reverse sweep, and CPX gets murdered as well. 5-man wipe to finish off the game. Game number 5 ends with a victory for Celeb Gaming. Unbelievably, they send perfect gems packing as they take the victory in the winner bracket semi-final. Nicely done. GG and well played as Celeb Gaming takes a 3-2 victory over perfect gems here in the winner bracket semi-final.
Hey everybody, thank you very much for watching the video today. I hope that you guys had some fun with the coverage here. If you want to support me and my work, you can do so now for absolutely free, thanks to your continued partnership with Ray throughout the entire month of March. And I would really appreciate if you could just take a couple of minutes, jump down in the YouTube description, check the link out, download the game, and play through the 20-second tutorial that ends with the dragon fight. And if you do that, you support me directly, it would help me a lot, and I would really appreciate if you could take a few minutes to do that and support the channel here. Either way, I hope that you guys had a good day today, and see you guys soon on the channel here with more esports coverage on Khaldor TV. Bye-bye.